Welcome to Xero Hero, a short video blog from HBA Encompass aimed to make your Xero journey easier. Please note that all the slides today have been created from existing Xero training videos. Xero has rapidly changed in the past few years, so sometimes the pictures are using old screenshots or overseas versions. Where possible, each session is followed up by a live video demonstration. If you have any queries regarding any content delivered today, feel free to contact me via email victoria@hbaencompass.com.au or phone 0754 44 7094. Welcome to purchase orders. So to create a purchase order is the same thought process as creating a bill. So we go to Accounts and Purchases, and then we click on New Purchase Order. And then it's just a matter of filling out the information the same as you would for any other bill. So you can you pick your contact, and from the contact there'll be usually a range of addresses there. You can pick the address that you want, or you can actually type in a new one. If there's specific delivery instructions, you can pop them down the bottom. So you might have your invoices going to one address but the delivery going to site or something like that. And then the same kind of process that you can actually save them as draft or something like that if someone else needs to check them over and approve them. So you can see in this description here, they've bought some Watsits. They've got 5 at $18.50. It's going to purchases. GST would be 10% in Australia and the amount in Australian dollars. So that's something that then once you've done that, you hit approve, and then once it's approved you can send it directly to your supplier who receive it as a purchase order as an email. So that's really handy. As with any other Xero email that you send, you can change the wording on that email that goes out. You can type over it in that box there, or you can actually set up your email preferences. So does that seem quite straightforward? It's more for businesses that deal with a lot of stock or have a lot of staff that are ordering supplies that you need to have purchase orders that only certain people are authorised to purchase stuff. As I mentioned there, you can actually customise the look of your purchase orders as well, and that's exactly the same process as customizing an invoice to look however it is. So you go into your settings, general settings, and then invoice settings, and then click on your purchase orders, and you can upload your email and change it around, download it to Word and play away to your heart's content. You can set a default email template if you want to from your purchases, so it's a matter of just clicking the purchase order that you want it to be. And if you want to know which ones that you've ordered that you haven't actually received yet, you can see down the bottom of your purchases that there's purchase orders down the bottom. So we can see that there's 1 there that's awaiting approval, 4 that are approved, and 2 that are in draft. So it doesn't actually show the sent, but if you dial down into any of these boxes here, it will actually show green sent like any invoices that you send as normal. So you can see here that there's a sent button. Everything's really easy to find. The same search functions, the same logic as accounts payables or accounts receivables. And again, anything in Xero that's blue, you can click on and sort by that. When you receive a bill for an order that's been created, it's easy to actually to take it straight from a purchase order to a bill. So you're not sending a purchase order to get the goods ordered and then going in and creating a bill. We don't want a double entry. So it's just a matter of clicking on the purchase order that you've got and clicking on copy to and then a new bill. Now if they've provided all the goods that are on the purchase order, you would copy it, mark this purchase order as fully billed. Otherwise you would untick that and you can delete line items for things that are on back order and stuff like that. Also, interestingly enough, you can add multiple orders. So perhaps a plumber may have purchase orders to Reese Plumbing. He may have 10 or 15 that are done, but he gets one invoice with everything that's been delivered. So you can actually click the multiples and then copy to a new bill, and what it does, it just put it all on one bill that's payable, which is handy. As I mentioned before, if it's only partially billed, leave the mark as fully billed unchecked, and then go in and take off what you don't need. As with anything with Xero, down the bottom there's always a history and notes, and if you want to see your audit trail of who did what and when they did it, it tells you the purchase order was created, it was copied to bill, and then it was paid. So you can always delve down and find out who mucked up what. Also, if you have a recurring type purchase where you're going to be purchasing off the same person similar type things, so perhaps our stationery invoice, you can actually click on a purchase order or a bill and copy it to a new purchase order so that you don't have to recreate it each time. You can just delete the lines and change the quantities, which is really handy. As I mentioned before, that there's bulk actions in basically everything for these days. So to keep the list of purchase orders nice and tight, or nice and small and easy to see, you can move them to build at any stage. If you just click them and move them to bill, or make purchase orders at bill, it doesn't actually create the draft bill in there. All it does is just move it over there. So you want to actually go in and click on it and go copy to new bill, rather than just mark it as bills. Otherwise it doesn't show up and you can't work out where it went, which is a bit of a bugger. My name's Victoria Berry. I'm one of the directors of HBA Encompass. So if you need to contact me, my email address is victoria@hbaencompass.com.au, or of course our phone number is 0754 44 7094. Thanks for listening.